Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Holy cow, guys. I am so excited for tonight because this is the very first episode of our Horror Courtroom. How about it? Now, we've done like versus battles with this and that, where maybe I have a panelist on and all that. And those are really fun. I love going by those categories and all that to just do a tried and true versus battle. This is going to be a little bit different because this is going to be me and you guys, right? And I haven't really been able to explain it too much, so let me give you the rundown really quick. First off, thank you to everybody who's hanging out tonight. Double thank you to everybody who voted in the poll here on the channel. I asked you guys which topic you wanted. The three options were Halloween Resurrection is criminal, Sidney Prescott is overrated, and Friday the 13th is a lost franchise. And guys, holy cow. Resurrection won. It got 55% of the 139 votes, so pretty big majority there, I would say. Thank you guys to everyone that voted. The other two categories, I think we're just going to recycle those. And guys, the idea is really you don't have to pick a side of the topic. I would kind of just err on giving you guys the easier side of the topic to either prosecute or defend the allegation here. So today with Halloween Resurrection, you guys are going to prosecute this movie that a lot of us fans really rip on. I'm going to defend it. I'm going to do my damnedest to defend. And maybe there will be like a joke or two in there, but I'm going to seriously try to defend this thing. So I want to say what's up to you guys and all that kind of stuff before we get there, because I know like people are already going to be talking about it and everything. And I'm sure as people join the stream, it's going to be brought up again. So I don't want to miss the chance just to, before we get into all the pleasantries and everything. We lost three people today, us film fans and film nerds. Chuck Norris passed away at 86. A nice full life of things that we love him for truly, things that we love him for ironically, and his meme ability. When I was a kid, Chuck Norris was like action star, martial artist guy, and the guy that was like all the parents' age that the moms had a crush on because of Walker, Texas Ranger. But he's so much more than that. So lost Chuck Norris this morning, or at least we got news of it this morning. Jamie Blanks, who directed Valentine and, of course, the first Urban Legend film, also passed away just at 54 years old. And we lost another person at just 54, Nicholas Brendan from the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show. So he played Xander there. I don't know much about Nicholas Brendan's personal life that isn't kind of sad. He struggled with substance abuse, alcohol abuse, and all that kind of stuff. Really talented, charming performer. I always thought that he had like young Bruce Campbell energy on Buffy. It would have been really cool to see him step into a role like that. Like, I think he could have played like Ash's son really well if they had done that right around that time, So such a talented performer. Unfortunately, I don't have all the details, but I just figure when somebody dies that young, and they've struggled with something that, maybe that played a part in it. So, I know we poke fun at Valentine and everything here, or at least I do. You guys actually have nice things to say about Valentine. I don't think it's a poorly made movie. I like ripping into the performances, or at least the actors and everything. But I really like Urban Legend, like genuinely have a lot of fun with Urban Legend. And I think it's one of those movies that knows what it is. I think Valentine is as well. So we're going to do a little celebration of Urban Legend, a little celebration of life for Jamie Blanks. I'm sure, we'll probably throw out some more love for the other folks that we've lost. But with this, the one right there, it just seems like, the least we could do, since we're going to do a watch party tomorrow anyways. Guys, we're going to watch Urban Legend. And we're going to have a guest. I don't know if I'll talk. I might keep the guest a little bit of a secret. So we'll see. Maybe we'll talk about the guest. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll just kind of toe that line. But I just wanted to mention that, 3 people in one day. 2026 has been pretty hardcore already, as far as like the people we've lost. So, it's just a another reminder to be thankful for what you've got and every moment that you've got, and to be able to take a step back and, appreciate the work of one or more of these folks, and just to try to appreciate everything a little bit more in general, I suppose. So yeah, I'm sure you guys are talking about that in the chat. It's how could we not? So I'm just gonna say what's up to you guys, then we'll get into all the horror courtroom and everything. Last thing I want to say before I say what's up to everybody, thank you so much to all the channel members, Patreon members. Thank you to our Death Squad mods here, and thank you to everyone for showing up. Do all the free stuff. Hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell, hype if you're watching after the fact. And if you're watching after the fact, you can jump into the comments, let me know how this would all shake out for you, which side you would pick as far as prosecution, defense, all that fun stuff. I'm so glad that you guys, I took a quick look at myself in the monitor. I'm so glad you guys can't see all the sweat on my face, because it is warm in this suit jacket, but if I'm going to make a court appearance, I might as well look good. All right, here we go. We got Antonis Andriotis. What's happening, Antonis? One of our great channel members. We got Ryan Michael, my buddy, another channel member. Ryan says, what up, Davey? I can't wait to see you defend this one. There are a couple things we can defend. We'll have some fun with it. We got Lizzie with a Y, another one of our channel members. What's happening, Lizzie? Thank you so much for hanging out. Heidi ho, neighborino. I'm mixing Wilson with Flanders. How about that? Let's see who else we got here. Linda G is in the house. What's happening, Linda? So good to see you. Let's see here. Like a dweeb that immediately and confidently puts on the band t-shirt they just bought while still at the concert. I have Halloween Resurrection playing right now. There you go. Yeah, this one's going to be rough. We're going to do it proper, though, guys. After I say hello, we'll run down how we're doing it. Stewie, what's happening? Welcome on in. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. I think we might have seen you here once or twice before. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Really appreciate you. We got Paula Fitzhenry. What's happening, Paula? So good to see you. Thank you for hanging out. Jigsaw, one of our great channel members. What's happening, Jiggy? How are you doing? Yeah, I just saw that right before dinner. So I think the Nicholas Brendan stuff, at least I just saw it hitting like an hour and a half ago, something like that. So I don't know how long it's been out there, but rough stuff. Burger and Davey time. What's happening, Steph? What kind of burger? From where and what kind of burger? I'm curious. We got Lenny. What's up, Lenny? How are you doing? Hope you are having a great evening. We're going to have some fun ripping into, I'm going to defend Halloween Resurrection. You guys can really rip into it. And if somebody for some reason wants to be on my side of the defense and help out, you're more than welcome to. I just, it's kind of just fun. It's all for fun. However, there will be a real sentencing at the end of the trial. So it is all for fun, but there will be real consequences. Very shockingly real consequences. Country Shape Media says, so you don't want to be on Dangertainment? Yeah, I don't know. We'll actually talk about that. We will talk about that. I love your Old Man Myers mask there. I don't know. Maybe the reality show angle is one of the things that actually can be defended. I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out. Ryan Michael sending in a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Ryan. Says, good luck defending our boy on this one. Yeah. Adrian James. What's up, Adrian? You know what? It'll be... We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Ryan, I know you're going to be really tough. I know you're going to be tough on this one. Yeah, super chat goal for just more bonus streams, guys. I mean, really, what are we thinking? Realistically, I try to go live at least 3 times a week, right? That's like the, boilerplate. Unless something crazy is going on, you're probably getting at least 3 lives a week. And at the rate we're at with you guys doing the super chat goals, you're kind of like, you're doubling down on your Davey Deathray time. Doubling down Davey Deathray. I like that. I like that alliteration. Yeah. We got Sean G hanging out with us. What's happening, G? Welcome on in. Zach, what's happening? Zach says reduce, reuse, recycle, resurrection. Reduce resurrection, reuse resurrection, and recycle resurrection. Lost franchise. How can Friday the 13th be I don't know, man. I think a lot. I put it out there because I still see a lot of people, Country Shape Media, that are like, I want a movie or nothing, kind of people. And I know that the sweet revenge thing didn't leave a good taste in everyone's mouth, but it's true. Like, the show is looking good. We got Jamie Hart dropping some justice for Busta. We'll see. Is Busta one of the things that works? Is he one of the things that doesn't work? I don't know. We'll talk about that. We'll see what you guys have to say, and then I will just have to defend. So I'm going to be reacting to what you guys say ultimately. So this is going to be fun for audience participation. We're going to get some polls going and all that kind of fun stuff. Most of it's just going to be kind of a discussion, but right now we do have a poll in the chat. Do you watch Halloween Resurrection every year? Holy cow. I am one of those people that I do, even though I don't really like the movie. How do you like that? It's like one of those things where it just feels complete. You know, like the movies I love in the Halloween franchise, I probably watch those 2 times a year. And then Resurrection, you know, every time around Halloween, it's like I might not sit down and completely focus on it, but it gets watched. It definitely gets watched. And Austin has never seen Resurrection. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Austin. I guess it depends on what you think of the rest of the franchise. You might find this one to be a breath of fresh air, but most fans have it somewhere in the bottom. It's not like the unanimous bottom of the ranking, but it's right around there, I think, for most people. Let's see here. I didn't even really say what's up to Jamie, our original Death Squad mod, one of our great channel members. How are you doing, Jamie? Thank you for joining us. It seems like maybe Jamie will help out a little bit. We got Gory Tiger hanging out. What's happening, Gory? So good to see ya. We've got Is Erica here? I don't know. I saw Austin asking about Erica. I don't see Erica, Austin. But if she shows up, I will say hi. I love that you're just throwing it out there. Erica, kind of like a Marco Polo. Like, if I ask her name, will she show up? Hopefully she does. But she might be in on another stream. Guys, Erica is in high demand. So she's got some folks she's been modding for a really long time. They're great content creators and they're very, very active. And I kind of count my blessings that she's even got time to hang out here whenever, because of the time difference and all that kind of stuff. So I had to kind of twist Erica's arm to become a mod over here. So I appreciate her obliging. And she gets nothing other than the satisfaction of knowing that she's helping. And maybe it feels good to have a little bit of that tiny little bit of that power. You know what I mean? I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like the tiny little bit of power. Lizzie with a Y drops a $4.99er and says, I object. Yes. Your Honor, leading the witness. You can't just tell Austin that Resurrection's bad and then have him on your side, guys. You can't just do that, okay? Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I would imagine at 54 years old, you know, he probably put quite a bit of, you know, taxed his bod quite a bit, you know, passing away that early. He's got a twin too. His twin was like his body double on Buffy. It's just really sad. We got Zach Harris jumping on in. I have never heard of that one, but I love Pete and Pete. Anything that you guys have got for me, I might miss it in a message, and I won't be able to stop for every single message. But if there's something that you want me to check out or whatever, you can always send me like a DM or something. I've got links in the description, so you can send some love that way. We got Tia Nina hanging out, one of our great channel members. What's happening, Tia? So good to see ya. And that rhymes, so you know it's true. Let's see here. I am glistening. Yeah, there we go. Just wipe my forehead clean. I just got out of the shower, and I have like the temp, my inner temp needs to cool down. Even though I didn't take the warmest shower, it's already, guys, it's 91 degrees at 7:30. It was 106 today. It's fucking gross. Fucking gross. What's happening, Matt Arnett? Thank you so much for jumping on in, man. I'm your favorite horror hunk? Oh my gosh. That is too sweet, Matt. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. You guys are amazing. I never felt remotely attractive until I started doing YouTube. Just another reason why I should have started YouTubing a lot longer, or started a lot earlier, I should say. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. You're too sweet. You are too sweet. Make my night there. We got Tara Brewer hanging out. What's happening with Tara? How are you doing, miss? Hope you are doing well. I can't rip into Halloween Resurrection. I have a sick love for it. So you'll be on my side, Jamie. All right. $2 super chat from Jigsaw there. Testing break 19. Is that testing breaker 19? Is this thing on breaker 19? There you go. I'll help you out with that one. Holy cow, we're 4/10 the way there. I haven't even really explained how this thing goes. Blu-ray, what's happening? Good to see you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Just want to make sure I'm not missing saying hello to anybody else here that is kicking it with us. Guys, if I miss a chat from you or something, you might just have to send it again. Or if you send a super chat, I definitely won't miss it. What's happening? Carrie Craves Cinema, one of our great channel members. And guys, Carrie celebrated a birthday yesterday. Let's give her some love. If you didn't give her any of that birthday love yesterday, let's pile it on in the chat. I have to wear the jacket, Carrie. And guys, I don't know if Carrie wants me to share this, but she is going to be our guest tomorrow as we watch Urban Legend. So we're going to be joined by Carrie Craves Cinema. It's going to be a fun little watch party. I have more fun on watch parties with guests. I'll say that. I will say that. It's a lot. I don't feel like there's so much like it seems like dead air because the movie isn't actually playing. Like in my ears, it's not dead air, but it really is. So it's nice to have somebody to bounce off of. What's happening, David? How are you doing? Never saw anything past the first one. Well, you saw the best one. You saw the best one, so at least there's that. Jigsaw dropping a $5 says, I'm going to steal Jamie's line as I did see Resurrection in the theater. Ooh. You know, I did not, Jiggy. Thank you so much for the $5. Really appreciate you. Nicholas Woodall, what's happening, Nicholas? Good to see you. Let's see what else we got going on in here, and then we will get rolling, guys. I'll explain the rules really quick, and we will just jump right into it. Has anybody seen Ready or Not 2 yet? I know it just came out yesterday, but let me know. I saw Project Hail Mary last night. I sure did. Saw the musical. That would be hilarious. I'm writing a musical for A Nightmare on Elm Street. I've already got a little bit of a song figured out too. Flavor Ready 80 Bonano. What's happening? Welcome on in. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. This might be your first time. We're going to talk Halloween Resurrection real quick, guys. I swear, I can't not say hello to everybody and go through the super chats. Tia Nina dropping a $5. Says, Davey, if you own a mirror, please look at it and see what we see. It's not me so much. Well, I guess it is. Like, I'm not just going to walk around like the animated version of Simon Belmont and be like, oh, I'm just so handsome, Like, I'm not, going to do that. But, and it's not that no one's been nice to me about it. You guys are very nice. I'm like, oh my gosh, like you guys are too supportive, maybe. I'm going to like walk around little, the chin kind of at a different angle now ever since meeting all of you in the YouTube horror community. How about that? A little, yes. I look down my nose at everybody and I speak with an accent. Yes. Thank you so much for the $5, Tia. Really appreciate you. Okay, I think I'm caught up. And is that okay that I shared that, Carrie? I hope that's all right. Saw Ready or Not 2 and Undertone today. Hell yeah, Tia. What did you think? Feel free to let us know. Certainly not required. I'm trying to watch Ready or Not 2 tonight, but it sounds like my niece may need a ride from work. And I would prefer that she do that than try to find another way home. It's a big city we live in and a bunch of weirdos out there. So I'm going to see if I can make it work, but it's all about timing. We'll see what happens. We're going to do our thing tonight and not worry about that. Cause if I don't see it tonight, I can see it tomorrow. How about that? Okay, guys. So let's check this out. We're going to do opening of court. I'm going to read the charges. All right. I've got like a little bullet point, not really a script, but just stuff that kind of will keep me on track because you guys know how my brain is, right? How's my brain? It's like, it is seriously like the little tooth thing in the spray paint when you shake the can. That's my attention flying everywhere. It's not my brain rattling in my head. It's not that, okay? After we read the charges, we'll do the opening statement for you guys. So you guys, that'll be, so no need to pile on right now. We'll get through the first couple things, then boom, you let me have it, like all the things that are wrong. And I need specifics, guys. As specific as you can be, right? You can make a general statement and give me like an example, something like that. I don't want to have to do all the thinking for you. You know, come on, come prepared. You've known about this for a while. And then I will do my opening statement in defense, presentation of evidence, which is, I mean, it's a little bit different. Let's see here. So presentation of evidence would be Oh, we'll mix presentation of evidence with the opening statements. Let's do that. Cross-examination. So at that point, we can kind of ask each other about, oh my God, my computer's like having a really tough time as I'm trying to use it here. You guys will be able to challenge some of my points. I can challenge some of your points, you know, and then we can figure out if they're overruled or sustained, any objections or anything like that we may have. Then we'll do closing arguments. We'll put a poll out there for deliberation. You guys are going to be the prosecution and the friggin' jury. I know it's totally not fair. This is a kangaroo court at best, but we're going to have fun. And then we announce the verdict, followed by the sentencing, and then the adjournment. Yeah. I mean, and really, when it comes to adjournment, I just kind of want to know, like, you know, what you guys would want for the next episode. If there's any topics that we have as we go through, maybe some stuff will pop up. Yeah, let me see what else we've got, because I've already missed. You guys are too nice. I'm not trying to fish. I really am not. I'm just letting you know the way that, you know, my life has gone up to this point. And maybe it's just one of those things where, I don't know. Do men get better looking as they age? I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those weird things. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, you're crashing our urban legend party. How dare you? It was fun to tease it for a little bit, though. Okay, let's go and bust a move and Busta Rhymes. $2 from Jiggy. Thank you so much, Jiggy. Lizzie sending a $4.99 says, shake the can again, please, with the sound effect. Gaggada, 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 gaggada. Is that what it was? Something like that. Let's see what else. Oh my God, only 3 super chats. You want it. You got it. You want it, baby. Just Busta Rhymes. All right. Both. I'm the world's poorest lawyer. That would be an awesome concept for like a sitcom. Okay, so we are going to yeah, maybe so. Just like you guys need a gaggada. I can't even do it now. A gaggada. The tooth in the can. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, Austin's trying to set his own topics when we already have a whole stream planned. Austin, here's what we can do for you. You know, if you throw out a super chat, you can get me to talk about it for a limited time, right? If you've got a topic that is like way out in left field, I do plenty of streams where we kind of talk about everything. So you can just sort of like, you know, table it for that and bring it up, stuff like that. I would say like half my streams, guys, ends up, you know, turning into us just kind of talking about whatever. So there we go. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and do opening of the court here. And I'm going to look at my notes. So don't judge. Okay, don't judge. By the way, guys, I just want to thank you again for jumping in. This is awesome. It's Friday night. A lot of people are streaming. Really do appreciate you kicking it with us. We're going to have a lot of fun. Be cool, all that kind of stuff. Mind the mods, all of that. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Hit the hype button if you're watching after the fact and you like the idea of this horror courtroom. And if you have any ideas, whether you're watching live or after the fact, jump into the comments after the stream and let me know. Maybe there's like some topic that you're like, we got to talk about this. Like, I want to see everyone like discuss this thing. And guys, they can be kind of like, it doesn't have to be hot takes and it doesn't have to be something that's like a little off the beaten path. Like, we can go for the low hanging fruit in the horror courtroom. So let's have some fun with it. And here we go. All right. The bailiff is announcing that everybody rise. So everyone in the chat, please rise. Thank you very much. Horror courtroom is now in session. Judge Davey Deathray, who's also playing the defense, is going to set the tone here. And we've already gone over the rules. You guys know how this is going to work. So basically what we're doing here is we're taking a look at Halloween Resurrection, guys. It is charged with multiple counts of franchise misconduct. This is very serious crimes here. We're going to read off the charges. I've got 5 charges. There may be more. If you have additional charges, we can add an additional charge to the list for a $2 super chat. How about that? But we have 5. We have 5. This thing, we can put this thing away forever with these 5. So count 1 is first-degree character assassination of Laurie Strode. That is one of the charges here. So lock and load for that one. I'll get ready to defend. Count 2, unlawful use of Busta Rhymes. Yeah. I don't know. Was he misused? Was he not used well enough? Was this the right franchise? I don't know. You guys tell me. Count 3, premeditated reality TV nonsense. Now, this could be, I don't know. For coming from the defense standpoint, I think this might be one of the easier things to defend. But when we look back on this movie, you know, just out of context, I can see how this could be charged with premeditated reality TV nonsense. Count 4, desecration of the Myers legacy. I mean, that may be the most serious charge, if we're being quite honest. Count 5, crimes against tone, pacing, and editing. All right, so here's what we're going to do. You guys can propose additional charges live. Like I said, $2 super chat. We can add a charge if you've got something specific, like wasted use of Tyra Banks could be a count number 6, something like that. Yeah, so here we go, guys. We're going to do the opening statements. I didn't even switch over, so we already read the charges. All right. Sorry, guys. First episode of Horror Courtroom. We'll get it all snappy later on. So opening statement from the prosecution. Okay, guys, this is when you really get to sound off. I'm going to jump over here in the chat and see what you guys are saying. So basically, I'm going to read the best arguments that you guys are throwing out there. And you guys are going to frame the film as kind of like, the idea is here, is this a criminally bad film? Is it a danger to the horror community? Now, we're saying it all tongue-in-cheek, right? This is all just for fun, and it's a joke, you know? And then I'm going to do my best to, you know, defend, sincerely defend the film. Maybe it'll be faux sincerity. And, you know, of course, I'll need to acknowledge flaws and everything, but I'm going to spin it as kind of like a misunderstood brilliance. So we're going to have some fun here. Let me jump on over to the chat, see what you guys are saying. Now, remember, in your opening statements, you're going to produce some evidence. So you can say like, for example, and I'm not saying I agree with this, but you can say like, The Mask looks terrible, and then give me an example of when, like a shot that really gives you the ick or whatever, something like that. All right, I'm going to jump on in and see what you guys are saying here. Okay. And I don't know, did I miss any other super chats? Okay, I didn't miss any super chats. Sweet. All right, perfect. Okay. Oh my gosh, the chat is freaking out, or at least oh my goodness, come on. Sorry guys, my StreamYard's having a tough time. Has Laurie ever had a character? She has usually been self-insert at best. She has, for sure. Yeah. I think so. But really, it's just like the first film and H2O, I would say. Okay, so here we go. What do we got here? Carrie says Busta Rhymes would have been fine if he wasn't obsessed with the Kung Fu. Do you think that's something that Busta insisted on ad-libbing himself and inserting in there? I think so. I think so. Tia hated Tyra Banks. Are we talking Jamie Lee Curtis or Laurie Strode? We're only talking about the characters here. How are you doing, King Matthew? Welcome on in, man. Let's see here. Jigsaw says if we get Halloween Retribution, we would have had both LL Cool J and Busta in the same movie. I've heard about that. I've read a little bit about that. There was wasn't there a Busta and John Strode movie or something like that too? That was, or an idea that was getting tossed around. Carrie Crave Cinema dropping a $2, says the unwanted, unneeded Michael Laurie smooch. No. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to jump in and I'm just going to kind of defend as we go. And thank you so much for the 5, Jigsaw. Thank you so very much, Carrie, for the $2 super chat. Guys, we're just 1 away from reaching the goal already. And holy cow, 35 votes, 77% of you don't watch this every year. And you guys are horror fans? I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna defend. Oh, because Tia says Busta was so annoying. I'm gonna defend Busta. I'm going to defend Busta Rhymes here, and this is what I'll say. You know, they went after him to be in this movie, right? So they love the way that LL worked in H2O. They wanted to see more of that element. They wanted to bring in more of like, I mean, let's just be honest. They wanted to go after like a young audience and like a black audience, right? They wanted to make sure that they grabbed as many people as possible. So bringing in Busta there, it's like, it ain't his fault. Now, granted, the character, like in everything, the way everything's handled with Michael, yeah, I do got some issues there. But not only that, but when they showed this movie to the test audiences wanted more Busta. And that's why Busta is the one that busts into the shed at the end of the movie and kills Michael. Originally, it was going to be Decker. So originally, if you pause the frame right on that shot where the door's being knocked down, you can see that it's actually Decker. So I'm going to defend Busta Rhymes because this was something that was clearly wanted by the audience, by the people that they were going to, the focus groups and all that, and something that the producers wanted going into the film. So I think, you know, while we may look at that as kind of a fad now, when we look back on that era of horror movies, and a lot of them were doing kind of stunt casting like that, I think Busta, in a strange way, is our Dr. Loomis of this movie, because he's the one that's like laying out the lore. He's the one that's got the one-liner quips at the end of the movie, you know, saying that Michael Myers isn't a soundbite, and then turning Michael Myers into a soundbite almost immediately after, you know, stuff like that. And I think Busta works really well in this movie. Even though I think that LL Cool J maybe has a bit more of a charming character in H2O, I don't think that LL's character, Ronnie, right? It's Ronnie. I don't think he has much to do in H2O other than let the kids out and kind of be comedic relief, right? Busta, this movie doesn't happen without the Freddy character. Sarah, right? Our final girl, she doesn't stick with the project without the Busta character, right? So there's that. He sets up the whole thing, delivers the lore. We're just going to ignore the fact that he talks shit right to Michael's face. I'm just going to move past that. And he's got some of the most quotable lines, like it or not. Some of the most quotable dialogue from this franchise is from, you know, the Freddy character played by Busta Rhymes. So there you go. I have defended Busta Rhymes there. So we're kind of combining the opening statement. So I think from now on, I'll just call it opening statements, and I'll just, you know, back and forth, I'll just sort of rebut to what we're seeing, right? And then maybe if the channel blows up and we get to the point where hundreds of people are in here for the courtroom, it'd be a little bit easier to stack them up and then knock them all down. So let's see here. What else do we got going on? Oh my gosh, the StreamYard's having a tough time. You guys are that amazing that StreamYard is having a really tough time with you. Carrie Crave Cinema, the unwanted, unneeded Michael Laurie smooch. Now, hold on a second. Yeah, get ready. I'm going to defend this one. I don't know how, but I'm going to figure it out while taking a sip out of my Curse of Michael Myers tiki mug filled with a ghost energy drink. No sugar, tons of caffeine. It'll wig you out. I mean, come on, guys. We needed the Laurie Michael smooch before she says, "I'll see you in hell," and ultimately lets herself fall to her demise. We needed it because we never had an actual, other than Laurie getting choked by Michael in the first Halloween movie, we never had a sweet moment between the two, right? They're on the verge, they're on the precipice of a sweet moment at the end of H2O, about to touch, you know, fingers in a weird way, and then maybe even weirder than the kiss, because the kiss is on a mask, and then boom, she chops his head off, right? So we have never had this sort of, I don't know if it's really like a resolution or anything like that, but we've never had that moment, that you know, a moment of physical touch between Michael and Laurie, other than him choking her ass in the first movie. So there we go. Even though I feel completely uncomfortable doing this, I am trying to defend this smooch the best I can. And the last thing I'll say is technically it's on the mask. I'll just bring that up again. So it's really not that bad. I don't know if that would be, yeah. I have to stop myself mid-sentence because I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be defending this. So I'm not going to say I was going to totally knock it, but I have to stick with defending it. And guys, I'm not saying that this is how I really believe, but I am playing the role of the defense here. So thanks for putting me in that spot, Carrie. Thanks for the $2. You skip it every year. Oh, Carrie. So you're telling me that I've watched that unneeded smooch way more than you? Damn. We got Lizzie with a Y dropping a $1.99 super chat. Says, because I wanted to be the 10th super chat. Boom. Guys, we have reached our goal. You all are amazing. I feel like there was a big stretch there where I was like, oh, sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. And really, it's like, it doesn't, like, I like hanging out anyways. Like, it's worth my time to kick it with you guys anyways. It is just so, it's just been so awesome, getting the support from you all lately. So thank you so very much. Really appreciate you, Lizzie. In my defense, Halloween is not one of my main fandoms. What are your main fandoms, Tia? I mean, this is the cool thing, guys, with Horror Courtroom is we can go through each one of these franchises can kind of have their day. Multiple times because we can hone in on either a specific movie or whatever you guys want to do. So keep that in mind. Boom! Jigsaw dropping a $2 super chat, says trick or treat, motherfucker. I'll say the real thing. I appreciate that you didn't want to, but I'll say it. Hey, Mikey, happy fucking Halloween. That's another one. Let's see here. 3 times. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Lizzie's pretty dope. Jigsaw's goated status big time, single-handedly bankrolling the company. We got Sean G gifting 1 channel membership. Holy cow, where did that go? That went to the Hookman. Ooh, who's the Hookman? 777. Somebody that's been watching the channel, but somebody that hasn't been saying hi in the chat. Maybe they'll jump on in and say what's up. Okay, what else do you guys have for? You guys are being really, really nice to Halloween Resurrection because I've seen like 2 complaints so far. Okay, let's see here. No more test audiences, please. Let's see here. Again, let's see what we got. Not a big fan of the smooch either. It's tough to defend, Jamie. It's tough to defend. Thank you so much there, Steph. Appreciate you. The ASMR is ASMRing. Lori didn't die, though. We were supposed to think she did. I thought she did, right? Because the version that they bring back in 2018 isn't that version of Lori. It's all fractured into different timelines and everything like that. It's wild. It's wild. Michael and Lori are siblings, but Lori is adopted. There you go. Okay, so there you go. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Tara. So Tara's jumping in on the defense side. So there you go. Smooch. Maybe it looks cringy to you. Technically not incest. All right, sweet. Moving on. It's like the 3rd stream in a row where we've talked about that uncomfortable, situation there. This is not Halloween resolution. It's true. It is true. Let's see here. Oh, well, there you go. I can't even keep it straight. All right, you guys are being way too nice because I'm not seeing you really tear apart Resurrection here. I'm seeing some H2O talk. Yeah. H2O's okay. It's okay. I might have a tougher time defending that one. I don't know. Okay, let's see where we're at, guys. Let's see where we're at. So here's what I'm going to do. Since you guys have only brought up a couple things, and I'm not going to just sit here and poke and prod you for the next hour or so, I'm gonna defend the things that as an audience member I could pick apart, but I'm going to defend them. And I've heard other people talk about these things as well. So let's just fucking get into it. I'm going to defend this movie so casting is pretty awesome in this movie. I'm going to say that. I'm going to, you got Katie Sackhoff is a pretty awesome. She went on to have a really good career, pretty awesome career there. We've got, Sean Patrick Thomas, who is a little bit of an it thing at that time. Like he was jumping around from movie to movie, one of the bigger actors at that time. We've got, let's see here. It's Luke Kirby, who of course was in, he plays like, what does he play? Jim. Okay. He plays Jim, the guy that sounds like Jack Nicholson. But he had that huge run on, or 16 episode run on Marvelous Miss Maisel. And I think he won like an Emmy playing Lenny Bruce. So, and it doesn't even end there. I mean, Thomas Ian Nicholas from Rookie of the Year and American Pie, like Ryan Merriman, who went on to the Final Destination franchise. So, and then of course, I mean, pulling Tyra Banks and Busta, even though that's not something that I really care about in these movies, those are some pretty damn big names here. And then let me just make sure, because I recognize a couple other performers here. Okay, never mind. I thought I recognized another couple performers, but no, I did not. But I think this cast is pretty stacked, especially when you think about the film's reputation. And then you go back in and you're like, oh my gosh, this is right before Katie Sackhoff, like just had her career just blew up with Battlestar Galactica. Thomas Ian Nicholas was right in the middle of his thing, just like Sean Patrick Thomas. And then of course, Luke Kirby would have his day over a decade later. He'd have great success. So I think this movie's got a pretty rockin' cast. I'm gonna defend the cast. I'm gonna defend the music in this movie. I don't like prefer it to the original version or anything like that, but I think I prefer it to like the Ottman score from H2O. I think it's one of those things where when those credits hit, while I'm not a fan of the card, of the title card and all that, I do love the swell of music there. So I think the music is a strong point here, even though sound design is not my favorite. I'm going to defend the, reality TV kind of thing. Cause this was, I mean, the Real World had been on for about 10 years, but other than like the Real World and Road Rules, it wasn't really like that popular yet, reality TV, as far as like the major networks hadn't really glommed onto it the way that like now it seems like half of the shows are kind of reality TV, related. So I'm going to give Halloween Resurrection some credit for taking that approach, because it was ahead of its time. So now we look at it with our lens of 2026 and we're like, oh, it's so gimmicky. But it did it way before anyone else did it, as far as I can remember. Not that found footage type stuff hadn't been done. But this was different than something like, I would say like Cannibal Holocaust is like the very first found footage movie. And this is something totally different. In fact, what's really cool about Halloween Resurrection, yes, I'm going to say it's really cool, is that you can watch, it's like a 41-minute cut of all the footage from the different cameras that they like edited together to tell that portion of the story, like all the stuff that's in the house. So how many movies would do that kind of thing, like give you like the cut from a different lens? Like that's pretty awesome. I will defend the kills here. I love when Michael breaks through the mirror and stabs Thomas Ian Nicholas in the head. I really dig that one quite a bit. I love the tripod kill, the homage to Peeping Tom. I really dig that one as well. And I don't know, who doesn't like to see Michael Myers get shocked in the balls, right? So let me see what you guys are saying. I was just kind of on one there, so I stuck with it. But if you guys have other things that you want me to defend about this movie, then let's get them out there. Let's get them out there. There we go. Kiss of Death. There you go. The Oct, Mr. Smith's Grove Sanitarium, jumping on in there. Thank you so much. There we go. We can defend that kiss. It was a kiss of death. She was letting go. Yes. Thank you so much for jumping on in there. The Oct. Well, that's a tough one to defend. I am going to defend. Here's what I can do. I can defend Bianca Kalich because they knew going in that she couldn't scream. Like, they had to dub in Sarah screams. So that is a really tough one to defend. I didn't know that they were ADR'd until I listened to the commentary. But yeah, or maybe it was a behind the scenes featurette or something that had mentioned that. You know what? Not the only movie. I'll defend it by saying this. I've seen plenty slasher movies, including slasher movies in big horror franchises, where the screams just weren't up to snuff. So that is a very, very tough one to defend, but I can at least defend Bianca Kalich because they knew going in that she wasn't gonna be able to scream. Kind of wild that she got the role. Not everyone, Carrie, is Samara Weaving. I think she's like, as far as the actresses now, she's got the best scream. Her scream's fucking crazy. It is like so primal and awesome. I love it. In my defense, I do not like to argue. Fair enough to you. Not everyone has to participate. I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out what happened. I'll bring him up on the old IMD bizzle. Oh my gosh, he looks so different now. He's in very good shape. Wow, I would say, yeah, he's a much more handsome man than he was when he was younger too. So ladies, go look him up. He's been on the show called The Rookie, 3 episodes and just this in 2026. So he must be new to that show. He was on Gen V, Law and Order for an episode, Cruel Intentions, 8 episodes. So I think he was in the original movies, right? Or movie. So a whole bunch of TV work. But yeah, he's been looks like he's aging very, very well there. Good for you. Sean Patrick Thomas Ian Nicholas. I'm just like, is that the same person? I can't even keep track. Let's see here. Go ahead and attack his character and I'll defend the character. How about that? Let's see here. Jigsaw's dropping a $10 super chat. Holy cow. Thank you so much, Jiggy. Says, I meant if retribution happened, it would have been revealed Lori didn't die. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. There you go. John would have let it out that she was still around. Okay. Yeah, I mean, technically, you could probably say that she lived from whatever. I still can't figure out at the beginning of Halloween Resurrection how Michael knows to do like the whole I can't hear. Like he knows how to like mimic the thing. Like how does he know? How does Michael know that happened to Lori before at the end of the last movie? How does he know? Like he wasn't there. Michael reading a paper? Anyways, thank you so much for the tenor, Jigsaw. Really do appreciate you. I'm totally down for all those scripts and everything that never get used. Why don't they just turn them into comics? It would be so cool just to like see a really well done, basically a storyboard of the movie would be pretty killer. Oh yeah, that's true. And I think she did the voice even before playing the character live action. Yeah. Yeah. They sacked off her head. They did. That's a tough one to defend. I don't even want to get into that. I don't even know how. Can I think of a memorable kill? I gave you 2, right? 2 of them. I'll say that breaking through the mirror and stabbing Duder in the head. I like that one. I do. Maybe it's a little more Jason Voorhees, but I do like that one. I would say if I lament any of them that happened in the movie, like it would have been really cool to see Tyra Banks's kill because we see the aftermath and it looks pretty gnarly, Let's see here. What else you guys got going on? Just seeing if there was it. Oh, you talking about overdubbing the screams? Yeah, it's true. It's true. Welcome on in. Stopping in to say hi. Says Hat She Put 63. Thinking about Raymond tonight. Man, we miss Raymond every single time. He's on that membership card and we'll never take his name off. So we're always thinking about him. So yeah, thank you for just bringing up his memory again. All right. Looks okay. So I'm all caught up. Here. Oh my gosh. Raymond was such a friggin' blast. Yeah. a very an audience member that always had a good time, you know? All right, so T is throwing another one out there. Okay, the practical effects in this movie were not that good. What practical effects? Are there any effects? This might be the toughest one to defend. I think I had an easier time defending the kiss than defending the practical effects because a lot of the gore is really just not on camera here. The Katie Sackhoff head chop is very cheap. You know, I don't even know if there's like any liquid blood. It's all like on the dummy pieces already. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can defend the practical effects. All right, here we go. I got it. So this movie that had almost zero budget, right? Almost went direct to video, 2002. It's got a premise that is just, you know, let's go ahead and do the reality TV thing. We'll be like the first ones to do it, you know, low budget. They could have gone super digital effects here and they would have looked like those goofy, would have been like those Roger Rabbit claws that Wolverine had in his X-Men Origins movie. You know, it just would have looked really cheap, like it's floating on top of the film, like it's nothing that was captured in camera. And so, you know, can you blame them for being a little curtailed in what they could show with their practical effects? Because instead of spending a little bit of money on crappy effects, they spent a little bit of money on practical effects to give us the real deal. And in that, you know, you got Rick Rosenthal coming back to the helm. It's the second movie he's made in the franchise. The first movie he made in the franchise was made really bloody by a lot of the stuff that John came in and shot to add scenes into the original Halloween 2 from 1981. So this was Rick Rosenthal's way of being able to actually write that love letter to the original Halloween. You know, the original Halloween doesn't have a lot of lofty, great effects or anything like that. And I think that Halloween Resurrection is, you know, even like H2O kind of did that a little bit too, you know, not heavy on the kills, not heavy on the gore, something that felt a little old fashioned, but it did so with purpose. So you call the special effects or your practical effects not very good. I will say, yes, they are very muted, but it was a stylistic choice, and it was something that they could have gone a different direction in and had a goofy looking CG heavy film, but they chose practical instead. And as a result, we saw something a little more subdued than you would get maybe in another franchise or in a film that would be, you know, a little more modern than the Halloween franchise. So there you go. Boom. Defended. How do you like that? I had like nothing. I had nothing. And then boom, there we go. I got it. I should run for office. How about it? Davey Deathray for president. Fuck it. This is what it's like to reach really far and try to pull out common sense. Yeah. The dead mice that Michael was feasting on literally looked like they were made of felt. Are you watching the movie right now, Tia? Oh, you mean the one that's like, it's like, is it stuck on it's like getting electrocuted or something? Is that what's going on with the rat? Or it's like, is it stuck like in a trap or something? I can hardly even remember those. I'm trying to remember them specifically now. Yeah, they don't, you know, hey, that's what you get. You could have had CG. Would CG mice look better? Nah. Practical effects are bad on Halloween Resurrection or compared to H2O with the CGI mask. I guess I could use that as a defense too, Tara. Hey, at least there's no CGI mask. Oh my gosh, it looks straight up like Keanu though. That CGI mask is basically, every time I see that CGI mask, I hear, I know Kung Fu. Whoa. Whoa. What if they went with Halloween Homecoming or Halloween 8 Lord of the Dead? The first time they almost had Laurie become the new Michael. I would have liked that if they did that with like Halloween 3, like with the Rob Zombie line or whatever. I think Homecoming would have been a better title for this movie. Resurrection is so, yeah. But originally it was going to be called Halloween Homecoming. And then there was it was going to be called like HalloweenMichaelMyers.com or something crazy like that, which just would have been wild if they called the movie something.com within the Halloween universe, because I know they had a movie called fear.com, which it's kind of cringy, but at least it's their own thing, you know? Hey now. Well, they were trying. I'm just here to defend it. You know. Mr. Like It or Not would vote for me for president. There we go. Would I have to start using like a weird accent? I don't know if I'm imitatable enough. Although I guess everyone is, right? Let's see here. We got Hat She Put jumping in with a $5 super chat. Says, with love and hugs. Thank you all for loving Horror and Raymond. Hat She Put, is this Raymond's cousin Shelly? Is this Shelly? I don't know. You haven't said your name. I know obviously you know Raymond and we miss Raymond so much. So maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I actually did put 2 and 2 together. But thank you so much for jumping on in. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Yeah, anytime we show those the membership cards, I don't know if you guys have noticed or anything, but Raymond's the very first person listed on that first YouTube membership card. We've just kept him there forever. So every single video that comes out is going to have Raymond Malibur's name on it. So it's pretty awesome. I love it. Yeah, I was turned 20 the year that this came out, and I didn't see it till DVD, as I like to call it. Okay, so let's see where we're at, and then we'll just go from here, guys. Oh my gosh, we were doing our opening statements. Basically, we presented our evidence. Let's see here. Cross-examination. Let's see if I have anything. So you guys can challenge any of my defense points at this juncture. And let's see here. And I guess I can object to you guys. So we'll see what you guys are saying. If you guys have anything else to say as far as my defense for Halloween Resurrection. It is Shelly. All right. Well, welcome on in, Shelly. Thank you so much for kicking it with us. I don't know if this is the first time you've been in a stream, or maybe you were a long time ago. But I know that we've, talked through, Facebook and everything like that. Thank you so much for jumping on in. You're hanging out. We call the group the Death Squad, but they named themselves this. So, so there we are. You are kicking it with the Death Squad. And yeah, we are talking some fun Halloween Resurrection. I was old enough when this one came out. That term, old enough. How old is she? Old enough. Like, what does that mean? What does old enough mean? Let's see what else we got. I know, it's crazy. This movie's going to celebrate 25 years next year. That is nuts. That is nuts. I can't believe it took them 4 years to make this after H2O. H2O was such a hit, and it took them that long. That should have told us something right there. That should have told us something. Let me see. Let me think if I've got anything that I want to rebut against you guys as far as challenging any of your prosecution points. I honestly don't think I do. I don't think I do. You guys, it doesn't look like you guys have anything that you want to challenge me on, as far as any of the points that I made, or at least anything that we haven't, previously discussed here. So, okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to kind of round up your guys's, we'll do like a closing arguments. So I'm going to read your guys's, basically a summation of your guys's points. So, you guys are not fans of Busta Rhymes in this movie. We don't like the fact that Sarah couldn't scream and they had ADR. Not liking the effects. Really don't like the Michael Laurie smooch. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything else that you guys had here. So far I'm seeing that you guys do agree with unlawful use of Busta Rhymes. First degree character assassination of Laurie Strode. I would say that fits in with the smooch. And I'm surprised not anyone said anything about the portrayal of Michael Myers yet. I haven't even had to defend that. And I can, but you guys really love Michael in this movie. So there we go. I'm not going to defend something that hasn't been, that no reason to defend it because I basically win if you guys don't say anything about it. So, so that's up to you. You decide your own level of involvement, chat. And for the folks that are watching after the fact, you guys can jump in and be like, oh my God, I can't believe the chat didn't bring up this moment, or this moment, or this thing, or this thing, or this thing. Because I think there's some prosecution left on the table here, but that is not my job to, do that for you guys. So how about it? So let's see if you guys are saying anything else here. Okay, so Michael being disrespected. So you want me to defend Busta Rhymes and the Michael disrespect scene. Okay, so gosh, this one actually might be kind of easy to defend. At least from the way it works within the movie itself. Like there's a reason why it works, right? We might not like it as a fan of the series. You might be like, I don't like seeing Michael Myers get talked to that way and everything. Freddy doesn't think he's talking to Michael. He thinks he's talking to the camera guy. So he in universe in the movie, he's not talking shit and disrespecting Michael, or at least he doesn't think he is. So while I do think that Michael should have done something about it, because Michael would have done something about it in any one of the other movies. Like you really have to, every plot is contrived, but Michael not responding to Freddy, that might be even a bridge too far for this defense lawyer. But I will defend it because in universe, it totally works. It provides a moment of levity, whether or not that lands with you or not. But I think it provides that as well. And it has another use in the plot, guys. Freddy still thinks that the cameraman's alive. They have no idea that the cameraman's gone. They think everything is still running smoothly. They don't even know that Michael is infiltrated. So in a weird way, even though I don't like that Michael gets disrespected and doesn't respond, if Michael is operating at a higher level in his brain, then he actually makes the right choice because he decides to continue to go stealth in his attack. Now, maybe it's not the right choice because at the end of the movie, he gets bested by Freddy. But this way he gets to keep the ruse going on longer. Everybody kind of gets lulled into, submission a little bit more before Michael can, really start making his strike. So there you go. Boom. Michael being disrespected? No way. It had to happen for the rest of the movie to happen. And actually, I think Michael was being smart by not attacking Freddy. And I don't know. You're telling me you don't get a chuckle every time Freddy in the Michael mask says, "You ain't Michael Myers. I'm Michael Myers." Like, that shit's fucking hilarious. Come on. There you go. Boom. Defended Michael Myers being disrespected. There you go. I could give you guys more ammo, but that just means I'd have to work harder. So there you go. Sarah had 0 final girl potential. Busta should have let her leave when she interrupted his kung fu. Yeah, Sarah. That's really tough to defend too. If I had to switch things, I think I would have gone with Jen, Katie Sackhoff's character, as our final girl. She had more pep. It would have been a little bit of a, subverting of expectations, like make us think it's going to be Sarah, and then they do the flip-flop. But as it sits, Sarah's the final girl. You're saying she has 0 final girl potential, and I've got to defend that. Okay, so here we go. I think that Sarah, even though she seems lackluster and not very confident early on in the film, there's, they give us a lot of reason why she feels that way. Like, that is something that is kind of driven home, that she is not, she feels sort of subdued and sort of like she doesn't quite belong. She's shy. She's really smart, but even though she has the right answer in class, with Professor Rick Rosenthal, she like whispers the answer under her breath. Somehow he hears her like way up there in the nosebleed section. But so she's got the smarts, she's got the intelligence. She just doesn't have any of the confidence, right? And through her interactions with Decker, Mr. Catfish, you know, she really, her and Decker with the little, what's it called? What did they used to call that? Like Palm Pilot or whatever they used to call those. You know, being able to send direct messages and all that. That was all very new at that time, by the way. It's like, I can't get the smile off of my face just thinking about how cheesy that texting technology is. My favorite part is that each letter gets sent individually, which like it's never worked that way, but it's because it's like he's behind you, but you have to see each letter get like put down. But she's very resourceful at the end of the day. She coordinates really well with Decker to, you know, get away from Michael, to attack Michael, to bring Michael into a situation that is ultimately advantageous for her. And she even gets to do all the cheesy stuff, like say this is for so and so and this is for so and so, and then have like her chainsaw like run out of gas or whatever, and still find a way out of this thing. So I'm gonna give some props to Sarah. By the end of the movie, I don't know that we know that she's changed completely as far as her confidence goes, but she's definitely shown some final girl potential there. So there you go. Boom. Defended. How do you like that? She did well, but they had to work together, you know. She still had to do everything physically, right? Yeah, Michael does the same, like lowering himself from the bar. You know, he does this thing like in 2 movies back to back. I don't know about that. Everyone was kung fu fighting. Yeah, is that a thing? I think that was a thing, especially in like, you know, with the Wu-Tang Clan and everything, and then Busta. It's like, oh, there was a big love for kung fu films from like the hip hop culture, right? And what is Wu-Tang's from New York, right? Is Busta from New York as well? I don't know why I get the feeling that he's more of an East Coast guy. I don't have all, you know, not all that stuff is stored in my head. Maybe it's an East Coast rapper thing. They just love those kung fu movies. Or maybe it's just an everyone thing. I mean, I like kung fu pretty all right. She never fought? No. When she's running around through the house and everything and running on the roof, she's fighting back. She's fighting back. Come on. She doesn't wander around all like drugged out in a daze like Laurie Strode does for fucking 2 movies. You know, what does Laurie Strode do in the first 2 Halloween movies? Like, she fights back just as much as Sarah. I don't know. What does she do in Halloween 2 other than cry and sleep? Let's see here. Jen was a Tatum character. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, I mean, that's how they play it, but they could have done a really interesting flip like a third of the way through. You know, they could have done something like that. I just think Katie Sackhoff has the like I like her performances. She just has like a good personality to take on like a final girl role. I think that she kind of had more of it, you know. Put Davey on a lie detector machine. He is stretching. Well, I am a lawyer, so of course I am, you know, stretching. B666 says Halloween Resurrection is a guilty pleasure guilty pleasure to watch. What are some of the things you love about Halloween Resurrection? There, Beige. Let me know. Let's see here. I think I missed a couple. I got into that whole diatribe there, and I think I missed a little something from Shelly that I wanted to grab here. She said, I'm getting better about not crying and hurting when I need or when I tried to come on to say hi. I'm so sorry, Shelly. So happy to have you on with us. Yeah, we are. We're so pumped. You can come and hang out with us anytime. You don't even have to say hi if you don't want to, but we'd love to know if you're hanging out. But yeah, we are, you know, this community is such a beautiful thing, Shelly. So anytime you want to like feel that kind of, you know, spirit, or I don't know, maybe you see that we're doing a stream that's something that like Raymond would have exceptionally loved. Like, you know, I know we all have like lives and everything like that, but anytime that you want to jump in just to say hi or just to hang out, you can always lurk. You know, you can lurk a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you so much for jumping in and hanging out with us, Shelly. I think about Raymond all the time. Think about him so much. So you are not alone. Okay, let's see what else you guys are saying. The call is coming from inside the house, Davey, I promise. Sourdough. What happened with sourdough? Did I say something about sourdough? I don't even know. You guys will have to tell me. You're turning me around. I was looking at this movie the wrong way. I know. You guys are all gonna walk out of this stream. You're gonna get up from your chairs and be like, wow, man, Halloween Resurrection. It's gonna be at the top of my ranking now. Denied. How about that? I object. I'm out of order and whatnot. You'll put the system on trial. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I had a feeling too. He just had a kind of, that gritty New York attitude, right? Oh yeah. I mean, I think, didn't they train from? Did Chuck get lessons from Bruce, or did they go to the same person for as a teacher? I know there's a connection there. I know they were in movies together and stuff like that. Yeah. This whole court is out of order. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. If there's anything else. Oh my God, dude, Michael's my boy. I love me some Michael Myers. That's why I'm the kind of person that can watch Halloween Resurrection at least once a year. Maybe twice if I put on the commentary. I'm that kind of guy. I am that kind of guy. Yes, all the love. Beej says, besides the Busta Rhymes fight scene, I enjoy the whole movie. The first person POV is interesting and the kills are solid. It's not perfect, but it's fun. Yeah, I would say, I think one thing that Resurrection does well also, this is just a side defense, is I don't think it's boring. It's not long enough to be boring, right? So it's I think it gets some points there. In the grand scheme of this franchise with all these different timelines and this choose your own adventure thing, I totally get why it's people's last on their ranking or very close to the last, because it's the tail end of this Laurie timeline that, didn't have much consistency to begin with. So yeah, I can get some sort of fun out of Resurrection, but, oh, on a roll. I'm on a sourdough roll. But there we go. Do the little rim shot for you. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So I did your guys's went too far there. Closing arguments. Okay, so yeah, we don't like the final girl. We don't like Busta, is what you guys are saying. The kiss with Jamie Lee or with Laurie and Michael, no good. All that. So here's my over the top dramatic closing speech about the misunderstood beauty of Halloween Resurrection. Guys, the Laurie Strode storyline that we had enjoyed for over 20 years at that point had to come to an end at some juncture. And Halloween had to try something new. They had gone back to the well so many times. It had been since the third movie that they really tried something that courageous and that new. And here we get that. It's just like Beej was just saying, we get the POV camera, we get this reality TV connection, something that we had never seen before in a movie, and especially like a horror movie franchise. This was a really big chance to take, making Resurrection and doing it this way, right? And bringing back Rick Rosenthal, the producers wanted somebody who had worked on the franchise before. So bringing back one of the OGs to give it a little bit of that old school flavor as far as the subdued practical effects and everything like that. And, maybe this one just needed a little more time in the oven. We have a cast that's a very rich cast that ended up going and doing really big, awesome things with their career. And some people that were in the height of their career when they made the decision to make this movie. So this was something that they were, could have easily said no, I'm sure, but chose to do this movie instead of not. And I think we've got a really good use of the score here in Halloween Resurrection. And you know what? You guys didn't bring up the mask or anything. I'm just going to say it, even though I don't love it in every single shot, depending on the lighting, I think the mask, in the medium to far away shots and in some of the more obscured lighting, I think this mask actually looks pretty good. I would say that maybe it's a little too defined on the characteristics. A little too much shadowing was put on there to begin with. But again, I don't like, the way Michael looks in part 4. Ugh, like, I don't like it. Maybe there's a shot or two where it looks decent in that movie. I don't like the way he looks in 5. I don't like the way he looks in H2O. So I'm very picky, and I look at something like Resurrection, and I felt this way before defending it in this court of horror law. But I have always thought that the look of Michael in Resurrection is one of the things that wasn't completely fumbled. So I'll just add that to the list. I think this movie is, a pull out the popcorn, turn your brain off, have fun, enjoy, just buy into the world of Dangertainment and Freddy's fucking 10-mile wide smile there. Halloween Resurrection is a total blast. I watch it every single year. I'm a massive Halloween fan. There's no guilty pleasure. There's nothing guilty about whenever I put this movie on. I do it because I love this franchise, and I found something to love about every single one of these movies. So how dare you bring me on this stream and try to prosecute it as being criminally bad? So there you go. There's my closing argument, and let's see where we go from here. So guys, we're going to do a jury deliberation. So, okay, so here we go. I'm going to close out the poll we have going in there currently. Man, 74% of 46 people do not watch Halloween Resurrection every year. I am surprised it's that lopsided, guys. Okay, so here we go, guys. This is ultimately the prosecution's also the jury, so I know how this is going to go. But I'll give you some options. We'll have some fun with it. So let's see here. Is Halloween Resurrection guilty on all, 5 counts? 5 counts of what is the wording that I have in my bullet points? Franchise misconduct. Guilty on all 5 counts of franchise misconduct. So we'll do a yes, we'll do a guilty, not guilty, of course. And I'm gonna give you guys an option for a mistrial. Are you just sort of like maybe I convinced you, but you're too stuck in your own ways to say that I convinced you? So you could do mistrial there. All right, so here we go. Boom, there you are. Your poll is in the chat. Let me know what you got. Vote in there. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to vote, and we will announce the verdict, and then we will get to the sentencing phase. How about it? And then we're wrapped up. This is pretty. Got our closing arguments out of the way. Jury deliberation. There we go. I'll get better at switching everything to the right cards, everyone. It's a one-man show. I'm the producer. I'm the host. I'm the MC. I'm, monitor the chat, everything like that. So for those of you watching on replay that are like, why did he switch the card? I'm so sorry. I promise I'll be better at it next time. Please make sure there's a next time. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content. All that good stuff. I'm going to check the poll because I bet it's just already flying here. Okay, just 13 votes so far, but 69 nice % of people are finding Halloween Resurrection guilty. I'll give you guys another couple minutes to get your votes in there in the poll, and then we'll move on to the verdict announcement and sentencing. Why do I sometimes add extra T's into words? I don't know. I am the MVP I'm the MVP lawyer for bad takes in horror. Jury nullification. Exactly. We call for kangaroo court, Your Honor. Is that what they say in It's Always Sunny? It's a kangaroo court. Oh, we have to rein it in for Daddy Davey. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I told my workmates that Some people call me Daddy Deathray, and they're like, ooh, it caused quite a stir. Quite a stir. Just wait till I tell them what Matt said about me earlier. The favorite hunk of horror? Is that what he said? Favorite hunk of horror? Oh my goodness, or something like that. Whatever it was great. I know he called me a hunk, and I know the word horror was in there. So I'll take it. I will take it. Let's see here. What do we got? If we do one on Halloween Ends, I'm on your side. Lenny, I'm a big Halloween Ends fan. It's my favorite sequel in the franchise. And yeah, we will do more. You know, what I'll do, guys, and another reason why you should make sure you're subscribed and all that stuff and have the notifications set is I'll drop another poll. I'll have you guys vote. So, because I want as much, you know, engagement as possible, right? So I want to make sure I'm doing what a majority of you guys are interested in. So we'll recycle Sidney Prescott overrated. We'll recycle that one. And then what was the other one? Oh, Friday the 13th. And then I'll throw in another couple options. You know, we'll keep them going. And then, yeah, like I said, sometimes I could be the prosecutor and you guys could be the defense, right? So if it's Sidney is overrated, it doesn't mean that you have to agree with it. It's just that you want to have the argument. Like, you know, argument. You want to have the you want to have the horror courtroom episode about it, right? So in that instance, you could be like, well, I really like Sidney, and then you could defend that she's not overrated, and you could put me in the position of having to prosecute. You know what I mean? So we can flip it around all sorts of different ways. It'll be great. It'll be great. Are you okay? So I didn't know if you were doing NBA Jam there for a second. I know Jordan's not in that, but Lizzie with a Y for $4.99. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Jordan fades back, swoosh, and that's the game. Nothing further, Your Honor. Gaggity, 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 gaggity. Called Deathray Law. I'll do they always do the bad acting in those, like, you know. Does somebody have a horror opinion that hurts your feelings? Call Deathray Law, where we'll make it all right. We'll defend your bad take or prosecute a good one. Call 555 Deathray Law and we'll take care of the rest. Nothing's better than the bad lawyer commercials. Every sketch comedy show does them, and I love it every single time. Love it every single time. I never get tired of it. Never get tired of that joke. Any tips starting a YouTube channel? I think I'm starting. Just do it. Do it. Make your first video. Whatever you're passionate about, I say just do it. I waited for like 10 years and I wish I didn't. And my first video was a non-spoiler review of a fan film called Dylan's New Nightmare, and I shot it on my iPhone. And then the next video was on my nice camera, and I made every video was just a little something different. Just do it. Yeah. And of course, I mean, you could reach out. Feel free to reach out to content creators that you really enjoy for advice. I should have, well, that would be the thing, right? If we did Halloween Ends, you guys would ultimately, you'd be able to pick if you wanted to be prosecution or defense. Yeah. Do not do it. Yeah, we probably, I mean, it'll all be up to guys. I plan on doing this once a month. So we'll do Horror Courtroom once a month. I'll have you guys vote on what's going to go to trial. So we'll do another one of these, you know, right around 420, man. It'll be totally fucking awesome. Maybe we can do like a 420 related one. Like, that would be pretty cool. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I feel like we treated Halloween Resurrection like a burnt marshmallow. It is black as hell, but we still ate that shit. Yeah, that's what's up. I don't even care. If it's black, I'm like, so? Put a little chocolate and graham cracker. You got yourself a stew going. You know, I'm into that. Let's see what else we got going. I'm going to check the poll, and then we'll get this thing wrapped up. How about that, guys? Okay, boom. We got 16 votes. I'm guessing that's all we'll get. I gave you guys about 7 minutes on the vote. I think that's pretty all right. 16 votes. Is Halloween Resurrection guilty on all 5 counts of franchise misconduct? 75% of the 16 people that voted say guilty. 19% of you said not guilty. 6% said, I think this is a mistrial. I don't think there's enough to say that this movie's guilty. That's saying something right there. I'm going to count you guys as basically not guilty, just to make myself feel a little bit better. How about it? Okay, so let's see where we're at now. We're going to go on over to the verdict announcement. I already did that. Guilty on all counts. 75% of the audience has voted guilty in their own interest. This is kangaroo court, to the utmost degree. And guys, as far as the sentencing goes, gosh, should I vote? Should I have you guys vote on this? Here's what I'm going to say. This is going to be the sentencing. This thing is banished from the timeline. This movie's gone. It all ends with Michael getting his head chopped off in H2O. I don't want to hear anything about resurrection. There's no continued storyline. Lori ends up having a great life with John after. He ends up, getting married and having kids, and everything's fucking great. That's boom. So that's number one, banished from the timeline. Number two, we're going to continue to talk shit about this movie and completely rip it for decades to come. Decades to come, folks. I bit my tongue when I said that. And I don't even know if that was an accident or if it's something that I did, if it was a slip of the tongue, a slip of biting the tongue. But yes, this one has been banished from the timeline, and we will continue to talk shit and rip this one a new one every chance we get. That is the sentencing as this court has decided. I'll bang my little gavel. There we go. Court is adjourned. And yes, guys, the next court case will be right around 4:20. We'll find another Friday night, whatever Friday night is right around there. And keep an eye out on the community tab of the YouTube page so you can vote on the item that will go to trial next time around. Holy cow, you guys are amazing. We are going to adjourn this court. How about it? I might even get to see my movie. I don't even know. We'll see. I think it's at 9 o'clock. But they don't air their movies 25 to 30 minutes after. So I think we're still going to be good. I'm going to hang out for another few minutes. And then, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to watch Urban Legend, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're going to watch with Carrie Crave Cinema, one of our great channel members here. Carrie also has a channel. Check it out if you haven't already. But I will say this, even if you don't have a channel, maybe you're a channel member. Maybe you're sassy, you got a wild personality, and you just want to know what it would be like to share a little screen time and do a little live stream, and you don't want your own channel and all that stuff just to do that. If you are a channel member in that second tier or higher, and you want to be a guest on something pre-recorded, or you want to be a guest on a watch party or something like that, let me know. We can put some stuff together. I want everyone to feel included. You don't have to have a channel to be a guest. It just is usually that the people that have channels are interested in putting themselves out there, right? So I don't want to force anyone, if you're a channel member, you're going to that would be hilarious. That how about this benefit? How about this perk? If you're a channel member, you have to be a guest on the Davey Deathray show. Oh, for fun. I know I bit the back, the meaty part at the back of my tongue. Ugh, man. With my molars. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. Yeah, there we go. First time right here on a live stream. Let's see. No one said what was okay. It was not okay. What wasn't okay? I don't know. See, guys, I've mentioned this. If you say it, if you don't tell me what it is, I don't know what you're talking about because I talk so much. I don't know. I don't know what's not okay. You're very, very welcome. What good time. Oh, watching the movie. Oh, showing up on a stream. You want to do that? Thank you so much, Jamie, for sharing that. Yeah, it is what it is. Exactly. I'll be right back. Jumps in, says, hey, everyone, sounds like this is probably the end. Yes, it is. 3:40 a.m. Holy cow. Are you on the other side of the pond? Are you in the UK? I'll be right back. Well, hey, I'll say this. It was a really fun horror courtroom. It was our very first episode. So I probably could have, it's just going to get smoother and better as we go. But we went through a court proceeding, as best we could while talking about Halloween Resurrection. I defended the heck out of this thing. I will say that. Everybody vouched for me to I'll be right back. Like, you guys threw some tough stuff at me, and yeah, of course I had to stretch things. I'm a defense lawyer. It's all bullshit anyways, right? So I usually don't toot my own horn, at least not in that way. But I will toot my own horn as far as my defense abilities. Watch out, guys. They are only going to get better. I don't think you're going to win the next one. I'll say that. I'll say that right meow. David, look at what I said right before that. Oh my gosh, people call me David. That Jigsaw's your new best friend? Okay. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Lori is on trial for that non-consensual kiss. That's what you're saying. Okay. And I want some more too. I want some more as well. That would be a good 420 movie. Yeah, I always watch like Grandma's Boy. I can't get enough of Grandma's Boy. I love that movie so much. It was putting Lori on train for her non-consensual kiss. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Carrie. I did a pretty good job. You did a great job. Something like that, right? I would date Jigsaw, but he is younger than me, is what Tia says. Well, that's all it takes is if you're younger than Tia, that's it. That's it. Dude, Grandma's Boy is so good. I love Grandma's Boy. Yeah, we'll watch that. Okay, let me just make sure there's nothing else that I need to grab here. Okay, perfect. Enough said. I'll leave you alone. I love this. You've got a pretty mouth too. Is that how you're saying it, Tia? Is that adios turd nuggets? Pretty good stuff. Okay, I'm going to shine a light here on the folks that gave so we could continue this thing. Guys, I didn't even say it because this happened. It must have been after the stream yesterday or something. Shane C became a YouTube channel member. So Shane is now on our beautiful YouTube member card there along with Raymond. And gosh, I think there's like 80 some of you guys. Thank you all so very much for being channel members. That is way too cool and awesome. I love seeing somebody sign up, especially after a stream. That's so cool. It must have been all the awesome things I was saying about New Jersey, or at least the complimentary things I was saying about New Jersey. Ryan Michael gave a $4.99 super chat here. Lizzie with a Y with a $4.99. Jiggy with a 2. Jiggy with a 5. Tia with a 5. Jigsaw with a 2. Lizzie with a 5. Jiggy with a 5. Carrie with a 2. Lizzie with a 2. Jigsaw with a 2. Sean G gifted a channel membership. Oh my goodness. Jigsaw dropping a tenner. Holy cow. And then Shelly dropped a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Shelly. Yes, you are absolutely welcome here anytime. We love you. We love Raymond. All the best to you and the fam. And yeah, we're never going to forget him. And at least once a year, we're going to do something really sweet for him. But we're always going to be thinking of him. And then we got Lizzie dropping a $4.99 super chat. And boom, look at that. Carrie Craves Cinema became a channel member. I thought you were already a channel member, Carrie. What happened? What happened? Did you have a gifted one and then maybe it expired and then, okay, gotcha. That must have been what happened. Because I swear I saw you on there earlier today. Anywho, Carrie, thank you so much for signing up for membership. We had a really fun membership chat last night, at least from what I can remember, although I lost a contact and I was like rubbing my eye after, and it was very weird. Everything was like half focused, half out of focused. And then we're going to have another little member hangout here on Monday. We're going to do a horror movie club of Stand By Me and Stand By Me in Misery. We're going to do a little Rob Reiner special. So if you're a channel member, you can join in on that. That'll be Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then I'm jumping into a Hit the Bricks right after. So it's channel members only. Right on to Hit the Bricks. How about it? How about it, everyone? You guys have been absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for kicking it. I had fun with the Horror Courtroom, but really, guys, when it comes to stuff like this and an idea for a show that we try out, I just want to keep it going if you guys like it. So I need to know by hitting the like button, letting me know in the comments what you think of the format, if you enjoy this kind of thing, or maybe there's some tweaks. If like, I like having it be the chat versus me. It's a lot easier to organize. If you would rather see me go against another content creator, we can kind of set that up. That might take more preparation, but you guys know me. I love the audience engagement, and it just gives you guys something to do rather than just hanging out and, you know, putting in your thoughts, but the two talking heads are just talking the whole time. You know what I mean? So I love it with you guys here, but let me know in the comments what you think. If you have any ideas for the show or anything like that, we will plan on another one for April. And in the meantime, just let me know what you guys think of this idea for a show and how you're feeling about it. And yeah, guys, I will be back tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, Urban Legends Watch Party with Carrie Craves Cinema. I hope you guys all show up and hang out. We're going to show some love to the late, great Jamie Blanks. I quite enjoy Urban Legend, and I'm looking forward to having some fun with that one. And I don't even really hate Valentine, but it's really fun to make fun of David Boreanaz, let's be honest. And Jessica Capshaw. What's with that face? What's with that face? Glad you were digging this one. Have a good one, Nicholas. We'll see you next time around. And yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I love you all. Thank you to the channel members. Thank you to the Patreon members. Shout out to the Death Squad mods, everyone who you know, contributed your thoughts and super chats and all that fun stuff. It was a group effort tonight, guys. It was a group effort, and I like that. Good show, successful show to you all in the audience, guys. And just make sure, you know, we lost 3 people from the entertainment world whose careers, you know, we've enjoyed for quite some time here, and just this is just a great opportunity to be thankful for everything you've got, the time you have, the people that are in your life. And to just not let that stuff, you know, don't wait until it's too late to spend time with people, enjoy them while they're here, all that kind of stuff. So having said that, I love you all. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. I'm going to go watch Ready or Not 2, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.